Hey drummers, how's it going? It's Alex once again, bringing some more fun-free drumming ideas. For this week's lesson, we've got a 2-bar phrase. We're going to focus on the first measure. You can pretty much play what you want for the second bar, but the first one's a bit of a sort of polyrhythmic nut buster. So if you like what you saw in the intro and you want to give it a crack, stick around and I'll break it down. Here we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to play this sort of basic groove with 16th notes in the hi-hat, but we're going to open the hi-hat every 3 notes. So while we're playing like 1 E and a 2 E, and we've got a hi-hat opening on 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Alright, we're just going to do that for 1 measure. You can loop it round and create this nice long sort of polyrhythm groove, which sort of resolves itself after 3 bars. But for this lesson, we're just going to sort of like resolve it after the first bar and then sort of play the second measure as pretty much whatever you want. Alright, so if we just have a quick look at the basic groove, so no open hi-hats yet. We've just got straight 16th notes going up on the hi-hat, and we're playing a bass drum on 1 and the E of beat 1. Snare drum on beat 2 and then a bass drum on the of beat 2. We've then got 2 kicks on the E and the and of beat 3, and then finally a snare drum on beat 4. So that's going to sound like this. We're going to get 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a. Alright, so I'll quickly pop up there, play that a couple of different speeds, and then we'll start making it 10 times more difficult. Here we go. Bit faster. Alright, so now we've got the basic groove down, let's have a look at what we're going to do with the hi-hat. So like I said earlier, you keep your right hand playing solid 16th notes, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, but you're going to lift up the hi-hat on every 3 notes, alright? So like I said, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Alright, so if you want, just practice playing that over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Or if you want to count it, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's the same sort of thing. Alright, so the best way to go about this, I reckon, is probably to take a look at beats 1 and 2, see if we can just sort of find out where the bass drums and the snare drums are landing in relation to these open hi-hats, get nice and comfortable playing that, then do exactly the same with beats 3 and 4, and then see if we can stick them together. And then once we can start sort of playing the groove over and over again, we're not going to be able to loop it that easily because it doesn't resolve itself like technically till like 3 measures down, so we're just going to use that little open hi-hat which is going to be on the of beat 4 to lead us into a nice basic groove. So we can do whatever we want for the second measure. Alright, so let's focus on beats 1 and 2. We've got a bass drum on the 1 and the E of beat 1, and then a snare drum on beat 2 itself, and then a kick on the of beat 2. So we've got an open hi-hat on beat 1 itself, so that's going to be with a bass drum. 1, and then we're going to close it on the E. So 1 E and is beat 1. Alright, now we've got the open hi-hat on the of beat 1, and we're going to close it when we hit that snare drum on beat 2. So we're going to get this, which isn't too bad. Alright, and then we've got one more hi-hat to open, which is on the and of beat 2, and we're going to close it when we hit the bass drum on the of beat 2. So we're going to get, and again, 1 E and a 2 E and a. Alright, so if you want, I'll just sort of play that a few times around a couple of different speeds, and then I'll just fill in the rest of the sort of like beats 3 and 4, just like a few notes on the hi-hat. So here we go. Faster. Alright, so if you're comfortable with that, you're already halfway there. I think the second half is probably a little bit more difficult to explain, but I'll give it a crack nonetheless. So we've got beat 3, we've got just a hi-hat on 3 itself, and then we've got 2 bass drums on the E and the and of beat 3, and then just another lonely hi-hat on the So if I consult my sheet, we have an open hi-hat on the E of beat 3. So again, it's going to be kind of like how we started the groove, except we've got a little tick just before it, so we're going to get. Alright, so beat 3 is 3, E, and Alright, and then for beat 4, again, consulting my bit of paper, open hi-hat as we hit the snare drum, and then an open hi-hat on the of beat 4. So altogether we've got we've got 3. 3, E, and 4, E, and That was a struggle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, it's always a tricky one where you're not sort of playing a bass drum for your first note. You've got to go. Alright, so it does throw you off balance a tiny bit. So let's do exactly the same as what we did with beats 1 and 2, except this time with beats 3 and 4. Up there. Here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now as for the fun part, we've got to try and stick them together, and I will attempt to count it, but this will not go well. Here we go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Ha! All right, let's take that up there because I'm struggling to count it. Here we go. Alright, so I've had a better idea. What I would do now is I'll just sort of play the groove with all the open hi-hats, and then for the second measure I'll just play the same groove but without all the You'll see what I mean. Alright, so if you can do that, you can pretty much do everything I was hoping to get down this lesson. All you got to do is just think of something like a little bit different for that second measure as like a sort of chord and response idea. Again, you don't necessarily have to use this as a 2-bar phrase. If you wanted to and you're just playing like a bit of a groove with your band or something like that, just slip it in there, see how you get on and see how much it confuses the bass player and the guitarist. So what I'll do, if I just sort of finish off, I'll just sort of play at a couple of different speeds, but just alternate that second bar a little bit. Alright, here we go. Alright drummers, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Don't forget to pop over to onlinedrummer.com if you want to go and download the sheet music completely for free. Also, while you're over there, you can check out my ebooks and quick start guide to playing drums. If you want to support the channel, there's a link to my Patreon page down below, and also you'll find some links to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that lovely stuff as well. So if you like the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget, there's that little bell icon that you can, click on when you sort of see one of my videos, and it will alert you every time I release a new video. Basically every Thursday, sometime in the afternoon. So thanks for watching, take care, keep drumming, and I'll see you next Thursday for some more fun-free drumming ideas. Alright, see you later.